Alright guys, so let's do a Spider-Man on Q8FN. Please keep in mind this television, it's very bright. I mean, you don't understand how bright 1600 nits is until you actually are sitting 7 feet away from it. I mean, it's really bright. I mean, when I say bright, I mean like police LED lights behind you when they flash kind of light. It's very bright. And so here's the cool thing about this television. It's really designed for gamers. Honestly, one thing I just realized about Samsung Q8FN and Q9FN is the fact that both of these televisions are designed for gaming. And if you are a gamer, you're really going to appreciate this television. And the first thing that happens when you start the game mode starts automatically. Like the game mode turns on automatically. Like you don't have to do anything. It automatically turns on and it just looks amazing. The brightness, the picture quality, there's really no input lag here. It's really smooth. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to exit out of the game and I'm going to come back to start the game, and you will see the game mode will turn on automatically. You see, game mode has turned on. As soon as you start the game, load up the game mode automatically turns on. This is a cool feature. You can turn this off if you want, but I like this feature. Let's say you were watching a movie, right? And then you want to play Spider-Man, you want to play a video game, right? What's going to happen automatically is the game mode will turn on automatically, and you won't have to worry about like switching to a game mode. So it'll automatically turn to a game mode. Alright, let's talk about picture settings for a minute here. So let's do this, shall we?
Yeah, well, what's she gonna do? Shoot me? Honestly, 50-50 chance.
Alright, so first thing first, as you can see right here, it lets you know that it's connected to a game mode automatically. So you'll never have to worry about whether or not you're being connected to a game mode. You will always be connected to a game mode. And this is a cool feature. I mean, what a convenience this is. You watching a movie, you finish watching a movie, or you finish watching a Patriots game, or whoever, Giants, Steelers, whoever is your pick. I don't know. Mine is New England Patriots, okay? I've always been a Patriots fan, okay? Since 2001, okay? Since 2001, I admit. Before that, I was a Giants fan, but after that, I moved on to Patriots. Anyway, long story short, doesn't matter. Bottom line is, let's say, for example, you're watching a game, and you finish watching the game, and then you want to, sports game, and you want to go play some Forza Horizon or Spider-Man or God of War or whatever. Guess what? You don't have to adjust anything. Automatically, it's going to switch to a game mode. And that's a cool feature. Or let's say you were watching Game of Thrones and Walking Dead or something like that, and you want to go back to your console, play some video games, right? Play some Black Ops. Don't worry about it. It's automatically going to switch to a game mode, which is right over here. Right over here. There you go. Because it's set to automatic. So what settings do I recommend for the game mode right here? As you can see, it's on the game mode. Here's the settings. Remember, since we are watching HDR here, you're always going to have backlit and contrast set to maximum and brightness set to default middle, as balanced as it should be. Alright. With HDR, doesn't matter what television you're using, guys. I don't care what brand, what television you're using. OLED, QLED, Z90, 900F, 930E. You're always going to have these same settings like this. Backlit and contrast going to be maximum, and brightness going to be in the middle. That's because we're using high dynamic range. How do you know you're using a high dynamic range on a Samsung? This is the question people like to know. It doesn't say that it uses HDR. Well, how do I know? Okay, well, I'm going to help you with that. Don't worry about it. How do you know? Well, this is how you know. There's a trick to it. And I know this because I had Samsungs before, so I learned this a long time ago. Go to the settings, go to the general options and click to external device manager. When you click to the external device manager, go scroll down to the UHD color. And when you click on the UHD color, you will see that HDMI 4 and HDMI 3 are highlighted. They are currently in use for HDR. They're currently using HDR. That's how you know. So let's get back to the settings, shall we? Alright, so first thing first. Remember what I said about the sharpness. When you are watching a 4K content, okay, when you have a game that's running in 4K, I don't care if it's checkerboard, dynamic resolution, it's still a 4K, it's still 8.3 million pixels being upscaled to fit the TV screen. You don't need that sharpness, okay? You just simply don't need that sharpness, alright? Why? Because you already have 8.3 million pixels, guys. You already have the detail. Remember what I said. The pixel density, the higher the count of pixels, it's what gives the detail. It's not the sharpness, the digital outline of the sharpness that gives the detail. It's the pixel count, the higher density of pixels, it's what gives the detail. Alright? Ask anybody this, they will tell you that. So what you want to do is you want to move this to the 0. Okay. See, right now when you move it to the 0, you don't have that sharpness like you do now. So I would leave it at 0. Okay, guys? You do not need that sharpness. You do not need it. So, keep the sharpness at 0. But, if it really bothers you, you can keep it at, let's say 3. You can keep it at 3, honestly. Or 4. Let's say we'll leave it at 4. Alright? But, trust me, you don't need that sharpness. But if you want to have a little bit of it, if you want to have a little bit of that digital outline, fine. Leave it at 4. Color. Guys, remember something about the color. You already have the full white color gamut here. You have the best full white color gamut the money can buy. So you really don't need to oversaturate the color. You already got it. Leave it at default 25. Why 25? Because what's 25 plus 25? 50. If you go all the way to the maximum, that's 50. So you want to keep it at 25, which is half. Keep it in the middle. Now, let's talk about some other stuff. A lot of people ask me about the color space. Well, we want to use a native color space. We want to use that true native red, green, and blue reproduction of the color, especially to take the advantage of this TV. So we want to keep it at the native. Now, people are going to ask me, well, let's move on to the game mode. What should we do with the game mode? Okay, well, we can fix that. Let's go to the external device manager. Let's go to the game mode. Game motion plus settings. Okay, we can fix this. We can move this down a little bit. We can move the blur judder to like 5 and judder reduction to like maybe 3. Like, let's do 3 and 6. Keep it at 3 and 6, and we're gonna get a much better clarity right here on the game mode, meaning much better motion flow. If you feel there's still more artifacts there, you can totally remove it. But if you don't see it, then don't remove it. I can tell you right now, just looking at this is very smooth. The input lag, it's like almost not existent, in my opinion. I mean, sure, there's some milliseconds there, like 19 milliseconds. But for a television, that's a pretty good low input lag for a television like this. And looking at this HDR here and this television, it's so bright. that you can see every tiny little of the detail, man. I mean, it's amazing. The way the light reflects onto the Spider-Man, the way you can see the clouds in it. I mean, this detail of the clouds that you see, the brightness, it's so good here. The detail, it's so good here that it is really hard to describe it through a camera, guys. You'll just have to trust me that if you want to experience the best HDR that you can experience, this is it, man. This is it. It just looks amazing. Wow, dude. This is just simply amazing, dude. You guys, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I apologize to you all because you can't see what I'm seeing. But the way the motion flow is here, the way it's so fluid, the way it runs, guys, you know I'm not sponsored by, you know, Samsung. I'm not here trying to kiss this television's butt or this company's butt, but I'm telling you what I'm experiencing, and the smoothness that I'm seeing here is just fluid. Fluid. With all the detail. It's like watching a movie, dude. It's just amazing. Alright, so let's jump into a Forza Horizon 4 a little bit. We have tested the PlayStation 4 Pro, so let's jump into a Forza Horizon 4 really quick. Let's do that. So here we are with Forza Horizon 4. I mean, it just looks marvelous, man. Let's park the car over here. I want to show you something. I want to park the car here like this, backwards, like that, and then I'm gonna use my drone mode, and I want to show you something really quick, just so you guys can see how beautiful this looks. The peak brightness here, the way it's reflecting the light, it looks almost three-dimensional. It looks almost like the screen. It's like three-dimensional. Honestly, it feels as if the stoplights, the color of the spotlight of the stoplight. I'm sorry, the color of the stoplight. It's like coming out of the screen. It feels as if it's gonna jump out of the screen. Like the amount of detail. I mean, the way this looks, the reflection and the deep dark levels are just mind-boggling. It's just insane the way it looks. And here I'm gonna try to do this really quick to give you a better viewing angle. We'll do it like this. Still good. Still good. Because you have that active, aggressive local dimming. That local dimming zones. I'm not sure how many local dimming zones, but I'm sure it's a lot of local dimming zones. You know, if the Q9FN has 300, I don't even know how many. I'm sure it's about around 100, maybe more, 120, 130. It's got to be a lot of local dimming zones because they're very aggressive local dimming zones. That means you're gonna really have a difficult time depicting that bleeding light even at night. I mean, you can still see it if you kind of look hard for it, but it's much better than what I have seen on other televisions. You know, this is a really amazing local dimming right here, and the picture quality is just it's just ridiculous. This 1600 nits peak of brightness when it's being added to a full wide color gamut and a very aggressive local dimming zones. This is the end result, guys. This is what you get with 100% color accuracy. This is what you get when you have a very aggressive local dimming zone, and this is what happens when you have 1600 nits of peak brightness. This is exactly the same amount of nits that 930E has and Z9D has. So those three televisions are really like in the same competition, you know, 930E, Z9D, and Q8FN, along with Q9FN. But the difference is this television has 120 Hz refresh rate. It has a game mode, very advanced game mode, and it just looks amazing. Look at the raindrops. I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe I can bring my camera a little bit closer so you guys can see this. I'll bring my camera a little bit closer so you guys can see it. Look at these raindrops, man. Look at that. And the detail there and the stuff you can see, man. It's just simply amazing. I mean, you guys have no idea how beautiful this looks. Again, I'm not doing it justice here. I'm not doing it justice until you actually see this in person. I mean, really, I'm not doing it justice. I mean, what you're seeing right now, it's absolutely nothing compared to like what I'm seeing in person. It's just amazing, dude. I mean, it's just simply amazing. All right, let's do some driving, shall we? Let's go for a ride. By the way, I have 900 horsepower on this car. I'm not kidding you guys. I have over 900 horsepower. This is not your regular Crown Vic. This is a like insane special prototype Crown Vic that I have designed here. This is the type of a police car that every police officer should have, dude. Look how fast that thing is. Okay, so I damaged my car a little bit, but so what? Let's do some donuts here. What can I say, man? It just looks. I think it shows up. I think it shows up here on the camera at least a little bit. Just how beautiful it looks, man. Let's go to check some more puddles here. There's some more puddles here. Here we go. I know how much people love the puddles. And just pay attention to all this detail. Hold on. Let's use a camera a little bit here. Let's do some screenshots and let's just look at this. Let's look at this. I mean, I would think this is real. Like if somebody, you know, walked in, I would have said, "Dude, is this real?" I mean, that would be my reaction. I don't know. If I didn't know anything about the graphics, if I didn't know anything about the games and whatnot, I would have easily said, "Dude, is this real?" Or like what? You know, that would be my reaction, honestly. That's what I would say. But look at this color accuracy. I mean, just look at this. This is 100% color accuracy. You know, if you truly love HDR, if you truly care about the HDR, this is it. And you've seen that I left color at 25. Meaning I left my color at 50%. I didn't go all the way to the 100%. And look at that 100% color accuracy. I mean, look at this. The red and blue, that differentiates between the red, green, blue, and yellow. I mean, it's stunning. The word I would use here is just simply stunning. And I think it's going to show up here on this screen, at least a little bit. It's going to show up just like how stunning it looks. We can take another screenshot here. Especially here. Honestly, again, if I didn't know anything about graphics, if I was a total like dummy and didn't know nothing about the graphics, I would feel, if I walked in, I would say, hey man, who took that photo of that LAPD car? Like, what's going on? You know? So that's what I would say. It just looks amazing. I mean, it's just bananas. I mean, look at this detail, dude. It's just insane. Totally insane, the way it looks. So if you want to experience Xbox One X, Q8FN, honestly, and Q9FN, but I think Q8FN for 1600 or 1500, if you can get it, maybe for holiday, maybe they'll drop the price down. If you can get this, I mean, I'm telling you right now, you will not regret it. Yeah, you will not regret it. I mean, so far, this is my third video, and I'm already impressed, guys. That says a lot about the TV. If I get impressed right away out of the box, and it's my third video, and I'm already impressed, then you know how impressive this is. I mean, that's it. You know. All right, well, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you check my previous videos. Well, there will be more videos coming. Remember, this is my first day today checking this television out. So there will be more videos tomorrow and the next day. And on Friday, we'll do a bunch of tests, man. There'll be plenty of tests. There'll be a lot of tests. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching.